Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Jeff Parker with Marriage Matters, and it's good to see you this evening. We had a little technical problem. We were trying to do it live, so we've redone, and hopefully this will help. And let me encourage you, if you would, to like and share on Facebook, and then also go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel and be a part of our family there. Well, the topic tonight is going to be quarantined moms. And we're going to be talking to moms specifically. Dads, you can listen as well. But basically, quarantine moms and the greatest lesson that a mom can teach her child during this time. And this is a golden opportunity for you to be able to invest into your children. Now, right now, Mom, let's face it, everything's unfamiliar. You know, by nature, we like habit. We like routine. We like life to be somewhat predictable. And to a mom, I think it's referred to kind of a nesting instinct, which is unique from men. But we may say that we get tired of routine, we get tired of our life, the ritual. But the truth of the matter is that deep down we find peace, we find comfort in ritual. But, quarantine, a pandemic, what we're going through right now is very, very unusual. It's unfamiliar. And for you right now, you may be learning a lot about yourself. Being quarantined may be teaching you some things about your own personality, about who you are. When I think about this and how it affects families, more particularly tonight, how it affects a mom, I think about culture shock. When foreign missionaries go to a new field of service, before they go, they actually, as far as Southern Baptist, the International Mission Board, they spend 7 weeks in a place called the Missionary Learning Center. It sits outside of Richmond, Virginia. Now, while they're there, they're learning how to cope with a new country and this transition we call culture shock. Because when a foreign missionary gets to a foreign field, when they get to a new field, all of a sudden life's going to be very different. They're in a new culture. They're in a new language, new customs. They've got to learn how to say hello, how to shop, how to survive. So everything in their life is unfamiliar. And on top of that, in many ways, like we're experiencing right now, they're quarantined or they're isolated in this new life with their immediate family. Now think about it. Nothing looks right. Everything is new. And what a foreign missionary experiences is probably a lot of what a mom may be experiencing right now. In fact, I say this, it might be good to simply write down what you miss right now. What are some of the things that you're missing right now? Because as you write that down, it may be a glimpse into who you are. Now, let me tell you 2 stories. And let me go back to this missionary culture shock kind of thinking. In the Missionary Learning Center, there was a woman by the name of Corella. She was part of the teaching staff. And periodically, Corella would leave Richmond, leave the Missionary Learning Center, and she would actually go to the different fields around the world where new missionary families were. So she went to Costa Rica, which is a place where our new missionaries, 2 new families were there, and they would spend a year there doing their language learning. They were learning Spanish. So Corella tells this story. She goes to the first family, and she says as she comes up to this home, she says, there's no life. Kids are not outside playing. She gets to the door, she knocks on the door, and this woman comes to the door. Visibly, you can tell she's depressed, she's discouraged, and she is in major culture shock. Now, Corella said she looked around the home. She said the house looked just like it looked when they moved into this house. Nothing had been done. Nothing had been done to make it their own home. She hadn't hung anything on the walls. She hadn't put any kind of cushions or things she might have bought. She had not done anything. The curtains were actually closed. The home was dark. Nothing was cooking. Nothing was playing on the radio. Nothing. I mean, it was just literally like walking into death. And her conclusion was this mom had become a victim or a prisoner of her emotions. Rather than being positive and making the best out of the situation, she had given into her depression, and so to her family. It affected her husband, it affected her children. They were all depressed. Corella said she went and she left that home, she went to another home. She walks up to the second home, windows are open. She can hear Spanish music coming out, curtains are pulled back, kids are outside playing. The kids are outside playing with some of the local kids in the area. This woman comes to the door, this wife, this mom, big old bright smile, greets Corella, hugs her neck, happy she's there. She walks in, the home has got natural light coming in because all the curtains are pulled back. There's Spanish music playing, and the woman even laughs and says, Corella, I don't even know what they're saying. But she was already trying to learn the language. She was also trying to cook a native meal, a meal native to the people of that particular area, learning how to cook a Mexican meal. And she's just laughing. She's got a good attitude. And Corella made this statement. She said her attitude permeated her husband, her children, her home. Listen, it was positive, encouraging. Corella said the longer I sat there, the more encouraged I got. She said I felt good and I knew that this family would make it. You see, and I thought about this. You know, on Facebook, there's little video things that people put up, and they got this little baby sitting in a high chair, and there's more than one, where you see this person, a mom or a dad, they hand a little wedge of lemon to this baby sitting in a high chair. The baby looks at it, studies it, and then puts it up to their mouth, and when they do, they grimace. Sometimes it'll kind of shock them a little bit. Some of them will even cry. Now, you may think what I'm getting ready to tell you is very elementary. It's not. The reality is, you and I know that the old statement, when somebody gives you lemons, you got to learn to make lemonade. In other words, what that means is simply this. Sometimes, the only thing that you and I can do in a situation is make the best out of it. You see, I said it. Outside of you teaching your children a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, the greatest lesson you can teach your children is simply this: learning how to make the best out of a bad situation. That's life. In other words, you speak positive. You make the best out of it. You say, hey, listen, there's nothing we can do. We're going to learn. We're going to grow through this. And the outcome of that is it makes a bad situation in many ways better. You know, let me ask you a question. Does your home right now, Mom, I want you to think about this. Does your home right now reflect how you feel? Or does your home reflect how you want to feel? You see, I see some moms, they're depressed, they're discouraged, they're having difficulty coping in this kind of environment. And you may feel that way right now. You may feel like you're failing. You may feel like, yeah, that's me. I'm doom and gloom. I've been depressed. I've been taking it out on the kids. Hey, there's nothing funny about that at all. Let me give you some things to hang your hat on, Mom. Number one, let me encourage you. If you've been depressed, down, discouraged, you've been taking it out on the kids, on the husband, then let me ask you to do this. First of all, apologize. Sit your family down, sit your kids down, look at it and say, you know, I've been depressed, I've been discouraged. I'll be honest, kids, I've been taking it out on you, and I want to ask you to forgive me. I'm sorry. Be specific about what you're apologizing for. Secondly, begin to take some positive actions. Begin to determine, hey, listen, I'm going to make the best out of this situation. I've got a narrow window of opportunity. I got a chance to really get to invest in my children in a way I may never have again. So take some positive steps. Get outside. Get with the kids. Learn to play games. Learn to play ball. Get out there and do some things that maybe you haven't done since you were a kid. Maybe get in the kitchen, make cookies. Begin to teach your children how to cook. It's a great opportunity to do that. Then thirdly, let me encourage you. Share your goals with your kids. Say, listen, I want to apologize, but I want to tell you what I want to do. I want to make things better. And this is what I plan on doing. And share some goals. Well, let me say this, and I wrote it down. This opportunity will soon evaporate. Soon your routine, your rituals, your normal life will return. That's right. We live in a great country. American people, they're resilient. We'll come back. So we'll get over this. We'll soon be back on our feet. Things will be back to your normal. And my friend, Mom, listen, Dad, listen to me. Your opportunity to reflect in the lives of your kids will be over with. So I want to encourage you, take this time while you have a chance. Well, God bless you. This is Dr. Jeff Parker, Marriage Matters. It's been good to visit with you. I'm praying for you. And if you need to correspond with me, go to Jeff Parker at SS Baptist Church, and I'll be glad to answer your emails. Well, you take care. I love you, and trust the Lord. Bye-bye.